Here we go now.
Guys, welcome back to the Kempire channel. I cannot believe that David has never been here on our channel. I've been on his podcast, but he's never been here. So it was a kismet that now, finally, the host of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast with David Yontef is here. David, welcome.
I mean, what does a girl have to do to come on to the Kempire platform here? It's been like 6 years, I think, since you've been on my husband. Since you've been on my show, but I'm thrilled to be here. How are you?
I'm fantastic. You know what it is? I feel like some people that I talk about all the time or I cite as a source when we talk about different hot topics. So I kind of feel like you've already been on the podcast. So I was like, wait, no, he's never been featured here. But long overdue. Two New Yorkers got a kiki about everything Housewives. I have to pick your brain on it. First of all, how are you doing? What have you been up to? What coast are you on now?
I am in LA. I'm coming back to New York. You're going to come on my show. I'm coming back to New York. I'm in LA today. You know, I feel like this whole year has just been a blur. Like, right? What have we been doing? People don't realize what we do. I'm not complaining, right? I love my job. I'm sure you love your job. It's there's a lot going on, right?
We're almost to the holidays. Like, I'm already looking at Christmas stuff.
I know. I don't know how this happened. So I'm good. I just feel like I've been busy, you know? Yeah. I don't know where this year is going.
This can be good as long as you're not in the mix of, of a storyline, because that's exactly what's happening on some of these shows, the implementation of bloggers. But before we get to that, last season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, there was the implementation of bloggers, and all the fans said that they hate the implementation of bloggers. What's your thoughts on bloggers, journalists, podcasters being included when it comes to reality television?
It's so funny. Like, I've talked about this on my own podcast, Behind the Velvet Rope. I feel like, listen, I personally, I have been that person in some instances in Jersey. Yes. And I have to say, me personally, before I get into what I feel about it, people I don't think always believe me when I say this, I actually don't want to be involved. Like, for me, because I have been there with Jersey, it takes away from the job, right? You are here, you're Kemp, you're talking about whatever you're talking about. You do stuff outside of Housewives. There's a lot of the job to do, the Diddy trial, everything that's going on with Blake Lively, Housewives. We got to cover things. So people don't realize it's not I want my 15 minutes, because that personally for me takes me out of doing the job. It's then a lot of nonsense. I'm sure you've been there too. Your DMs are filled up, and none of that is really letting you do the job. So personally, just from personally me, I don't want to be involved. From a perspective of bloggers and, listen, I have used Tamara Judge's words against her on my own podcast. Tamara said, I don't know what year she said this. She said, anytime the storyline revolves around something that happened off air, it's not a good season. And I'm like, I'm going to use these words against you, Tammy Sue. So I feel part of me is look, it's 2025, right? Maybe this just is where we are and we're part of the storyline. Yeah. But I don't really like it. I guess that's a long way of me saying I don't love it.
And I like the fact that you said you do not like being involved. I think so many of the Bravo universe assume that every single content creator, blogger, journalist, podcaster loves the attention. Not when it involves the Bravo universe and how toxic it can get. When we talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey and how toxic that fan base can get, we definitely have to pick your brain about that. Not all of us are thirsty for that amount of attention. I think we do quite well without having to do all of this or get involved or try to be friends with any of these Bravo celebrities.
Completely. Like, I feel the full trajectory. Like, look, when I started, we were just talking about this before. When I started out my podcast, I did a lot more interviews. You told me early on that you explained to me why you don't. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens. And my show is really similar to your show now. Like, I don't really look, if someone were to like call me and lay it out for me, I don't think I would say no to an interview, but I am certainly not chasing it. Yeah, I think that, I think most people, a lot of people that do what we do are thirsty to be part of the story. But I think if you have a brand, like I have a real show, you have a real show, said with no ego, like it's a job. Like, people are tuning into you to hear you, right? And they may not always agree with you, and you can disagree with me, you can disagree with you, but we still are getting up and actually doing a job that is a hard job. So like, I don't need to be pulled backstage at BravoCon by Lisa Barlow or give a shout out on stage from Shannon Bedore, because like that doesn't really help me do my job.
No,
it doesn't really
hurt you doing your job, especially if they get in trouble, if there's something that you have to report on. I see it all the time, and that's why I don't consider myself a journalist, but I do conduct myself like I'm a journalist. And when you get too involved or you get too close to the sun, as we jokingly say, when it comes to the Bravo celebrities, it does make that job harder to do.
Completely. Like, since I've, listen, and I've had some falling outs because of this. So like, there were people that I was, whatever with back in the day that were just not anymore. And that's fine. I always say, like, I've chosen myself. And then second, I've chosen my audience. I chose myself and my audience over the particular housewife. I agree with you. It makes it much harder to do the job when you are even somewhat friendly. You've exchanged a friendly DM. It's like, I still have to like observe what I see, and you're being an asshole on this episode. And like, I have to say that because I would say it about someone else. Like, I really don't have favorites. Everyone's like, you hate this one, you hate that one. I'm like, I really don't care. If I stopped doing this job tomorrow, I wouldn't talk about Giselle or Teresa but I'm just observing what I see, and I can't help but have an opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I know we had the conversation about you not doing interviews. Early on in my career, I did a lot of interviews too. And I said to you before, people love you for doing interviews. They love when you do an interview. I just tried not to make that the entire thing. And I still think you should do interviews because you're good at doing them. And your fans do every once in a while want to see you ask the questions that no one else is going to ask the way that you do it. So I still do interviews here and there, but I much rather talk to other content creators like yourself or real people, like when people call in when we do our live shows and things like that, because we get far better, interesting, non-produced stories and opinions from people that have nothing to benefit from the interview or the conversation.
Completely. Same thing. And then I still do interviews too. And I find like, look, I think if I'm going to do an interview, like in the Housewives world, yeah, I prefer that you're not on the show currently. Right. I prefer that you were just let go. And now we're going to have, it's like, it's the same, right? It's like, I'm going to give you an honest conversation. You're going to give me an honest conversation. That's the problem with a lot of the interviews is it's just, you're listening to the person. And what we do, we can push back and we can push further. But after someone's answered the question 3 times and you're not getting anything out of them, you're like, there's just, I'm rolling my eyes with the audience now, but we have to move on. Like, it's really not your job during an interview to eventually say, like, I think you're lying, or it's really their story. But you and I both know when it's just some canned BS answer.
That makes me wonder, because you've interviewed so many people, not just Housewives, because both of you and I, we don't just talk Housewives. I think people know us for that. But you've interviewed a lot of different people in pop culture over the years. Who was your most favorite interview and least favorite interview?
I think like a lot of the non-Housewives people that I was just like, for instance, I was just a fan of Susan Lucci from All My Children. It's one of these things. She had nothing to promote. It was a friend of a friend. It was like, and I'm not that person to pull strings, but someone was like, I think I can make this happen. And then she didn't know if she wanted to do it on camera. And then I was like, oh, please tell her to do it. It was just one of those things where it was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Then it was another situation where, I got this is a story. Like I got this DM from a Finsta account. There was no picture, nothing. And it was like, do you want to interview Black China? And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, can you please email me? Cause I'm like, I don't know what this is. And then the person emailed me also from some email. I'm like, well, this tells me nothing. Like what publicist is this?
Yeah.
But I'm like, let's go with this. It turned out to be completely legitimate.
Wow.
And I'm like, this publicist was just a fan of my show. And I'm like, right. So like when you want to hand me a Black China, by all means, yes, I would love to interview this person.
Yeah.
So that was a great one, just because I was like, now granted, there were some things like, let's not focus. There was like, they wanted me to talk about no Kardashians at all. And I'm like, that's not happening. We have to have a little bit of Kardashians here. Like,
I think she signed an NDA. I think something happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know she goes now by Angela White. But I feel like every time she's asked about the Kardashians, it's giving, I signed an NDA. Like something happened behind the scenes. I know, remember she had the big lawsuit with them and she lost that lawsuit.
Yes.
But I feel like something happened after that. Maybe it's some sort of settlement and she signed an NDA. I'm not saying that's fact. That's the feeling that I get.
I think you might. I think everyone signs an NDA when they exit the Kardashian world and they're like, here's a little bit of money and just go away.
Hey, Larsa.
Right. I really do think that. I really do. So that was a good one. Like, I mean, who were some of the, and then just really housewives are more difficult behind the scenes than actual celebrities, I find.
Isn't that funny?
They're the ones that are just high maintenance and don't do this and don't say this. And it's like,
which one has been the most high maintenance or problematic?
I'm trying, who was really high maintenance? Not him, but his team. And this bridge was burned down. When I interviewed Jax Taylor from Vanderpump Rules, Jax was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But his team, when it was all over, there was just me and him on the call. It was like an hour and a half. No one wanted to be involved. That's great. So then after the fact, they're like, can you send us the audio? Well, first of all, I don't know why you weren't on. It's not strange for a publicist to listen in, or why do you want this after the fact? So I'm like, I've never been asked in all my life to send the actual audio. And I'm seeing if I send this to you, but they're like, please. I'm like, listen, I'm going to send this to you. Now, if you hear Jax say something against Bravo or the network, really career damaging, and it's one or two sentences, let's talk. Maybe I'll take it. I, in writing, said, if you come back with 19,000 edits, that's not the point of this. So I said, I'm really not feeling good about this, but here it is. But please be aware. I got an email back with about a gazillion edits. And I'm just like,
how long ago was this interview?
This was before the Valley.
Okay.
But it was after he was let go from Vanderpump Rules, before the Valley, foreshadowing the Valley. This is why I say this show got greenlit because of Scandal, because Jax was talking about this on my podcast, that he was pushing this daddy show for like forever. But it came back and it was just like, and I was just like, I am not doing, the answer is no. Like, we're not doing any of these edits, because it was literally like, stop here, put a comma here, I'm like, I don't work for you. Like, are we confused?
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
that's
you want
why I'm sure you also, that's a small part of why doing interviews. It's like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with booking it, the back and forth, you schedule, you don't show up. Now I have to edit, take things out. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yep. And it's like, you do shows as much as I do. So it's like, this is a business. You're now slowing me down. I could have put out 2 shows. Like, I'm actually losing money. No ego, but this is my livelihood. This is your livelihood. Like, at some point, I don't care about Jax and his publicists. I care about eating today.
Especially like to a point in time.
Right. And it's like, so, but it wasn't Jax, I have to say. I thought he was a great interview. I thought he was very honest. But, it was one of these things where I was like, I'm not sending you this if there's going to be a gazillion edits. like I made it very clear. And it's like, you're asking for this. And they were just shocked that I said no. I mean, they wanted chunks and paragraphs about Lisa. They wanted no mention of Lisa Vanderpump. I'm like, that's about 36 minutes of the whole, no, this isn't all coming out. So it's just like, so that was a pain in the ass.
Wow.
That was one of the worst. And they were just like, you're burning a bridge. And it's like, I'm not proud of this. I don't want to burn this bridge, but I'm also not doing this. Like, this is like gaslighting. Like, I don't feel comfortable now. And I'm just saying no. And I'm not really being unreasonable because, I mean, you wouldn't ask Andy Cohen this, or you wouldn't ask, you know, live. Right. You wouldn't ask like Kelly and Mark on like, so it's like, you're asking me this because you feel I'm some like little peon podcaster. So that's where it's like, just the answer is no, I'm not going to do this. And so that was just a bad experience, not even a bad interview.
Yeah. With the team, not necessarily even with the talent.
Yeah.
Is there someone on your list that you have never interviewed, but you are dying to interview?
I would love to interview, if I'm thinking Housewives, I mean, I want to interview Lisa Rinna. I love Lisa Rinna. I was a fan of
Lisa Rinna.
No.
I'm so shocked at that.
Isn't that shocking?
Is there a reason?
I feel, you know, she's doing more interviews now that she has a podcast. But I feel like she wasn't really doing a lot of interviews when I was really trying for a really long time.
But that's on your bucket list. Like, you want to sit down with Lisa Rinna.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge Melrose Place fan. So like right. So just like, I just would love to interview Lisa Rinna. Yeah.
I'm thinking especially now, because I know you're still doing interviews. You're just not doing them as much. That would be one I would want to listen to and watch, because I'm like, what do you have to say now that you're no longer in the Housewives sphere and you're doing other things? Like what are your thoughts and opinions now? And I think it would be a different interview with you as opposed to, let's say, with an Andy Cohen, because I feel like she's always going to probably give whatever he wants to hear as opposed to her truth if she feels comfortable with you.
Yeah. I would think so. And you always, when you hear other interviews, you're like, man, like missed opportunity. Like, you should have asked this. You should have asked that.
Yeah. All the time.
Basic stuff of like, oh, why didn't you ask? Like, you were so close to asking this.
But very much like what you said, sometimes these publicists and teams come in and said, oh, you know, these are the things that we want you to ask. And I don't function that way. You don't function that way. So.
Right. Like with Black China, for instance, they were like, and I'm like, listen, we have to get on a call. Like, there can't be no Kardashian questions.
Yeah.
And then it was a thing where it was like, okay, I think that was when the lawsuit was going on. I was like, oh, no, like, I get it. Like, I don't need to ask about the lawsuit. I just want to ask, like, you know, what do you think of Khloe and Tristan? Or, you know, just like top line stuff where it's going to get a pickup. It's going to go viral. Like, these are just, so I think sometimes publicists don't really think the way we think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really play, like in the beginning I did, and now it's like you just want to push back on certain things of like, I have to be able to ask this. I have found from all the interviews I do though, it was more after the fact, more than don't ask this, don't ask this. It was more carte blanche with so many people, and then after the fact, and it's like, no, like, why didn't you address this with me? Earlier.
But you were also featured on Real Housewives of Orange County, an interview that you did, right? Was this last season?
Well, Salt Lake, I was featured on.
Oh, Salt Lake, because it was an interview that
with Angie's husband.
Yeah. How did you how did that all come about? Like, what can you give us the behind the scenes of what may have happened with your interview and how it was featured on there?
So like, and I have to think, because this interview was like now a long time ago, like it was the season, it wasn't last season, it was the season before. And I forgot. And again, here's where, you know, I'm not coming for anyone, but it was something where Meredith, you know, said, don't let it be about the husbands, or not that, but you know, the husband. And it was about Sean and implying, and then she was implying he was gay, but really that he had an affair. And I think at that point, like, it really, like, I'm one that like the details get fuzzy because we just do so much, but like she was implying, and then she was implying he was implying like you're basically trying to out me, which is not really something you should do to a gay man. And she was kind of, I think, implying like, well, I'm an ally to the community. You can't say I'm not because I have a gay son, Brooks. Something. And I asked something about that. Like, basically, do you think Meredith weaponizes Brooks to be an ally?
What do you think in regards to that?
Well, the thing is, Meredith has actually done a lot. She is one person who has done a lot. Not one, but she's been in the community way before Housewives. So I have to say that. So that's why I wasn't even necessarily coming for Meredith. And that's the thing. Andy Cohen was not at all pleased with my question on the reunion. He's like, well, that interviewer, that's a very shady leading question. I also think Andy hates me. And I think if someone else were featured and asked this question, that would be a whole nother story. He'd be saying, what a great question.
Yeah. And I remember recapping it and talking about it and defending you in regards to it, because I was like, here go Andy Cohen coming for the content creator. Obviously, he must have feelings. He has feelings about certain content creators, especially if we're not sucking up to him or playing into whatever he wants. It's always going to be shady like that, because I don't feel like it was that much of a shady question in comparison to some of the shady questions he asked on Watch What Happens Live or at these reunions.
Yeah, it's like, I'm another gay man. You don't like that. By the way, you're way more successful than me, so you shouldn't feel a certain way about me, but you do.
Pause, David. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because his behavior because everyone's saying, why does he host everything? Obviously, he feels insecure. No matter how much success he has to feel insecure. Why at your time and success and money, like, you don't need another dime. Why at your level haven't you put someone else on?
Yeah.
On that level. Just asking. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, and I don't kiss Bravo's ass. I don't want to go to BravoCon. I don't want to have something dangled. And no shade to anybody that does. Like, my whole audience is like, what do you mean you're not going? I'm like, I'm going to cover BravoCon completely from the comfort of, I said, I'm going to order a bunch of pizzas that weekend. We're going to be covering BravoCon. Like, this exclusiveness, that's not the world that I live in. Things happen. They're going to be broken, and we're going to talk about it 3 seconds later. Yeah. It's the same thing. Actually, I'll be giving you more content, and I will be more accessible to cover this because I am not there. Because if I was there, where the hell am I going to record? Like, walking around with all this.
And we talked about this before, like, me and other content creators, like, they should do so much more when it comes to the content creators that are there. Because yes, give us an opportunity, give us charging stations, give us a space where we can record and do all this. They don't, no matter big or small, they don't do it. And I don't get why. They do it for certain people though.
They do it for certain people. And like, let's just be honest, Andy and Bravo, they like, how can I say this? They like the sub bitches. Okay. It's that simple. They like the people that are just like, yay, rah, rah. And I'm not negative. There's plenty of things that happen on Bravo that I'm like, this is good. I like this. But when it's not, I'm going to call it out. So with that particular, I'm glad you see it, because yes, if it was another content creator, Andy he obviously feels a certain way. Is it because I'm, a gay content creator also from New York City? Probably. That's probably some of it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I agree. You were way more wealthy and successful, and you shouldn't, this isn't an ego thing to me. It's just, you shouldn't feel any way about me, but you do. You know just who I am, and you do.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't if it was someone else. So that's not my problem, So it's like, yeah. So I think that's kind of what I asked Sean, and then it got, became a whole thing. But that's where it's like, I think that I'm so vocal on my show at this point. The Housewives know, like, Meredith knows not to DM me. Angie knows. Like, listen, I technically, it was pro Angie. I love Angie. I love Meredith. It's nothing personal. Yeah. I'm sure Meredith now feels a certain way about me. There's nothing I can do about that. This is my job. By the way,
that's the part where they don't understand. It's nothing personal. We've already moved on to whatever next project that we're working on.
Yeah. And by the way, I asked the question. I see where Sean could have said, there are times I've asked questions where someone has said, No, Meredith is not weaponizing this. She's, I mean, it could have been answered a completely different way. I'm not the one that gave the answer. I did ask the question. You could have shot me down and said no. I mean, when I had Anne Heche on my show, RIP, one question I asked her, which I led up to, was, you were the original person canceled. Your career was basically canceled because you were with Ellen, and now Ellen is canceled. Now, this goes back a few years when Anne was alive. Like, is there any amount of satisfaction that you have? You're only a human being, and great interview. Everyone should listen to it. I have goose. Like, it was, Anne Heche was amazing. And she was like, no, not at all. Like, we're not going there. I'm shutting this narrative. Very nice. But she's like, no, I don't want anyone to have to go through what I went through. But it's a valid question. And she could have said, yeah, like, fuck the bitch. But she didn't. So there you go. I tried for it's. And I'm happy with the answer, whether it's positive or negative. Like, I'm not looking for a negative answer. It's just a question that is a reasonable
valid question.
Yeah.
Valid question.
You were canceled because of this woman who went on to make gazillions of dollars.
Yeah.
You had a career that was much smaller than hers. Financially, let's just say.
Yeah. Not
capable acting wise, and now she is canceled. Like, doesn't that, she's like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, great, that's a great answer, thank you. So they could answer a positive way and say, don't try that.
You can't control the answer.
Yeah.
And it's very unlike what you see on, like, Watch What Happens Live, where it's very intentional to set a housewife up to say something shady.
Right. And I'm sure people say to you, like what you were just talking about, like, Kempire, why aren't you the bartender on Watch What Happens? Why aren't you doing it? You're like, very flattering. Thank you. It's just not how it works. Like you say, there's a group of people that are nice and well-behaved.
And the thing is, I've had the option. The option has been dangled out there, but I've always been like, no, because I already know. First of all, Andy has to be blocked. So, because the first question out of my mouth is like, oh, you got this thing promoted. It's like, Andy, you're going to unblock me? I'm too unfiltered for Watch What Happens Live. If you ask me, so what did you think of last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Didn't love it. Wouldn't watch it again. They're not going to put that on television.
No. And by the way, it is the definition of insanity. I mean, that's why, like, someone new is coming into I just recently gave advice to someone, and I said, my best advice is don't try to befriend the housewives. Like, the thing is, it is the definition of insanity. Like, when I first started out and I was getting all these interviews, I tried to work with Bravo. They try, and they're like, okay, we're going to try to get you this one. We're going to try. It's very pleasant. If you deal with Bravo PR, oh, we love you. We love you. You're David. You love me. And they would say to everyone, oh, we work so closely with David. Let me tell you what working closely is. Kemp, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming up. Who are your top 3 people that you would like on your show? Okay, well, you can't have Portia. You can have these other 2. Would you like to pick a third? Okay, we're not giving you 7. We're going to give you 3 this season. That's working with me, right? That's different than there's this show that we're kind of featuring. I don't know if anyone's watching it. Do you want the second? No, I'd like Erica Jane and Dorit. Oh, you want Erica on your podcast? Oh, no. How about this other show? This is not working with me. So I'm just like, with all due respect, I'm not mad. I'm not angry. It's just, this isn't working. Like, you'll never change. And you shouldn't change. You go do you. But now I'm going to change my business model and to run it the way my business needs to be run for my audience. It's all about the audience.
Yeah, because they're the loyal ones. The Bravo is not loyal. The Housewives are not loyal. These celebrities are not loyal to you. It's your community that's loyal.
Correct. So that's where it was like, same thing. I still do interviews, welcome them, but it's more like, if what I said 3 months ago, which was honest to my audience, that I think so-and-so is acting like an asshole, and now you don't want to come on my show because we have this discussion, you probably shouldn't.
No, I agree. Real, speaking of the involvement of bloggers and journalists and podcasters, the biggest storyline this season of Real Housewives of Orange County is Kiki Monique and what she was told by Katie Janela. What are your thoughts, first of all, on the season of RHOC and Katie Janela as a new housewife?
Like, I I really like and don't like this season of Orange County. Like,
Mm,
in a way, I think it's the best season in a really long time,
really?
just as far as people are so engaged.
Mm,
Like, I almost feel like there's more fanfare and outrage and highs and lows about Orange County than there has been in like a really long time.
wow.
So I feel like, wow, like, way to bring it home.
Yeah.
Having said that, yeah, I don't like bloggers on the show. And so I feel like to me, and I said this on my Behind the Velvet Rope podcast, I don't see the difference between this and last season of New Jersey, where you had to burn the whole thing down and Teresa was working with bloggers. The only difference is, yes, two main cast members refused to speak to each other.
Yeah.
Short of that, I don't see the difference. This is as toxic now. We have claims of racism that they're ousting Katie for that. I don't like the cast having the power. I don't think it should be up to a cast to say, we're not going to, I think it's like a slippery slope.
Yeah.
We're not going to film with this person. Well, every franchise is going to start doing that soon, right?
Yeah. And that's literally what they were doing with Monica Garcia.
Right.
Word on the street was behind the scenes. The cast went to production like, we're not going to film with her because she was harassing us on social media and that kind of thing. So that it was starting there in Salt Lake City too.
Right. So it's there and it's Jersey. And I think we learned a lesson from New York. I don't think we're ever going to have a reboot again of a whole show. I don't think that will ever happen again. So I don't think now Jersey, I think we're learning a lesson with Jersey and the fact that we paused it for over a year. And I don't know where we are. I mean, I know it's about to be announced, but I mean, I don't know we're going to be any better with Jersey now. Like, we're going to end up in the same result that we could have ended up in a year ago. So I don't even know if there are going to be so many changes with this cast. I don't mind Katie as much as, I mean, look, I don't know. I feel like she does lie, but I mean, everyone's lying. Like now, Gretchen says this, that she went to the hospital. Now it's that she feels she had to.
Yeah.
I mean, did she change her story because she's afraid for her job? Did producers tell her to change her story? So I feel like everybody is lying. So I don't think what Katie did is so worse than anyone else. And then it is a mess. And so then that makes me not like this season of RHOC. And I think they do need a cast change. Like, I don't think this cast can go on.
And who do you think needs to go first?
Well, look, I don't think they're going to get, if it were up to me, and I don't see, this is where I can be impartial because as a person, I don't like Tamara as a person. She does the job great. So I don't think I would get rid of Shannon, Emily, Katie, and Heather.
Oh,
that's what I would do. Here's the thing. Well, I understand what you're saying. But listen, each one, Heather, I think you've done it. You're one of the greats. You came back. I love the wealth, but I don't know what Heather Dubrow gives us at this point. I don't know. Shannon, you're like Vicky. It's great. What a run, Shannon. It's the same thing. It is the same thing every season. I don't know what else we can get from Shannon.
Yeah.
Emily and Gina, to me, are Robin and Giselle. I think the two have to be broken up now. I just think, by the way, great run as well, ladies. It's like, 7 seasons? Yeah. I just think maybe Gina instead of Emily, but I think Emily is really intensely disliked at this point by the audience. I think she's done too much. And Gina,
Katie out of her house. She's like, I think you should go. Oh,
I think you should go. I think Gina is malleable. That's why I think she stays. Like, I think Gina to me is like Melissa Gorga. I think Gina can work with whoever comes along. She's not polarizing, but I think she
also
gives
did say if Katie comes back, she will not be coming back.
Yes. And I don't think Katie did anything wrong. I almost would welcome Katie back, but I don't think you can have Katie back. I don't think they're going to have Katie back. And I don't think they're just going to I have a weird feeling, if you want my crystal ball right now,
Yes, please.
It's wrong. It's often wrong. So don't. I have a weird feeling they're going to keep everyone except Katie and Emily.
Oh.
I just have a weird feeling.
We'll have to come back to this interview.
And we're going to upgrade Gretchen. I have a weird feeling.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not. I just have a. I don't think they're going to get rid of Shannon. I think they're going to keep Heather Dubrow.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're going to keep Heather, because Heather, again, she's the only person of this cast that can throw a $80,000 party and not be broke after.
They love that. And we love that. Yeah. I mean, it's like, so I don't think they're going to get rid of Shannon. And we're just going to get rid of Katie. That doesn't change anything.
No.
I'm telling you, I think it's Katie and Emily. I have a weird feeling, and that's it.
Wow. Well, we've mentioned Real Housewives of New Jersey quite a few times, and they're back in the headlines this week when it comes to Teresa on the red carpet talking to Entertainment Tonight, responding to the rumors that Dolores, Margaret, and Melissa were test filming. And she said, well, if they were test filming, don't you think we would have seen it? No, Teresa, it doesn't work that way. But like, what's your thoughts on New Jersey? Because I have to say, you were definitely one of the go-to sources when it came to everything that was playing out during those last few seasons of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, what is your thoughts on this long break that we've had from New Jersey, what Teresa just said, and the rumors of this test filming?
I feel that, I just talked about this on my show too. I feel it's so subtle. But I do feel Teresa, like I feel everything above could be true. Like, I don't think there would be pictures if we're test filming.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're really test filming, but I do believe that Margaret, Melissa, and Dolores are the ones coming back.
Yeah.
And I really do believe Teresa is not coming back. And here's the thing. Teresa is so, if you really look at her interviews, she, for so long, was just so angry and very much like, it's my show. I started it. I will be in the last scene. I will be finishing it.
Stubborn.
And we don't have that anymore. All of a sudden we have like, I don't know, whatever Bravo decides. I think we know Teresa. And I think you secretly, I don't think she knows, but I think she knows.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is the same. She's angry. She will tell you off. She's nasty to interviewers. She walks out of interviews. All of a sudden, she's not sure and she's humble. And maybe, like, she's not so humble because she's saying you would know, but that's a lot different than like, it's my show. I'll be in the last scene. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah. I think this break was needed to humble all of them, especially because of all the financial issues that Teresa and Louis have been having as well. So I think the break, this is where you see the housewives that really have money versus the housewives that depend on that Bravo check. Because we literally seen them, Teresa, do all of this stuff in order to make a dollar since then. She was on the red carpet for Special Forces. She's doing any reality TV show that will have her. Apparently she didn't marry rich.
No, she did not marry rich. No. And they owe the money with the taxes. And listen, it's even if you're coming back, it's a long break. It's like a year. I mean, so you get most of the money when you start filming. They wrapped last August. So they started. So it's really like going to be 2 years without a paycheck. Like if they start in January filming, so you are, unless you saved all that money, which I doubt most of them did. So I think they are humbled. I think they will be given a speaking to. Not that they need it, like there are no bloggers. There are no, someone said this to me the other day, and I was like, this is a good point. Like, watch, they're going to go film and we're going to get no leaks. We're going to get no spoilers because Teresa's not going to be there and everyone else has been warned. Like, there's going to be nothing. Like, they know. Like, that's the thing. Say what you want about Melissa or Margaret or Dolores. They're not dumb. Like, they're not going to jeopardize their jobs.
Yeah. And it's funny because literally Dolores had her charity baseball event again this year. And I looked at everyone that was there and it's like the entire cast is there except Teresa and Jennifer Aiden. Why stop this $1 million brand over 2 people?
Yeah.
When everyone else on the cast is getting along.
And it's like, it's just like Vicky. It's like you've congratulations. You'll always be remembered, but it's just, you are not like, you can't close your eyes and picture Teresa being part of an ensemble cast. It just, she won't blend. She can try. She can really try her best. She just can't help herself. It's not going to be, I mean, I've been at New Jersey filmings before. I mean, but I mean, the minute it's over and they're like, cut, I mean, she can't wait to get out of there. Now, I understand that after that many years, I would be like, great job. Everyone get everything they need. I'd want to go home too. But like, she's not, you can close your eyes and picture Melissa. She can blend with whoever is hired. Melissa can fight with them, love them, hate them. Teresa is just going to, she's not a blendable, malleable cast member anymore.
Do you think that they will give her her own show? Because that's always been the rumor too, that she won't return to Real Housewives of New Jersey and she'll get her own show.
See, I think it's the same thing as New York. When they announced New York, that there were going to be 2 New Yorks, I said on my show, this is bullshit. There's no legacy show. They're just doing this just to make everybody happy. So Ramona wasn't fired and Luann, just to calm everyone down. And they're going to just give you 1 season just to get you over it. And you're going to have 2 years to adjust to this. And then this legacy thing is going to, and that's basically exactly what happened. Now, the reboot failed miserably too. But I do think that just to calm everyone down and get them over the shock, I could see them just giving Teresa her own show just to like soften the blow. Because half the people. Now, mind you, that could be marketed so many ways too. Teresa could say, well, I mean, look who's the star of the show. I have my own show and I'm above Housewives now. And then everyone else could say like, you were fired from the actual mothership. Like all the fans will say one thing, all the haters, everyone will be happy. The problem with that is I don't know what Teresa's show will be.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to work with Louis. I don't think they want him involved. So that's
you. He's going to be at BravoCon. They announced him and Paulie like they're Bravo celebrities at BravoCon.
That's where I'm like, is this announcement coming is there an announcement coming at BravoCon? Like, look, I don't think they're going to stand on a stage with Teresa and this and that and say, the 3 people coming back to Housewives are Margaret, Melissa, and Teresa and Louis are going to be standing there. Like, they're not that cruel.
Yeah.
So either there is some announcement involving everyone somehow, or it just has nothing to do with BravoCon. And this is just, they're going. And yeah, I do think that's weird too.
We'll have to wait and see. BravoCon is right around the corner in November, so I'm sure there'll be some surprises.
And I take it you're not going either.
I'm not going this year. I've been a couple of times. If it was here in New York, I would definitely consider it because then it's just like, okay, I'll roll out of bed and go. But it's too much of an investment for what?
I know.
I mean, I enjoyed the last couple of times I've gone, but I'm like, no, I'm good on BravoCon. But
that's how I feel.
But if Bravo wants to pay for me to come, I'll come. But I'm doing my coverage the way I want to do my coverage.
That's what I said. And it's, again, there is no ego. Like, I go to conventions. I go to like 80s and not like there are celebrity conventions. I get the idea of it. I think everyone should go. It's just, it is work for us. And so with no ego, I say the same thing. If Bravo wanted, that they don't. No one from Bravo wants to pay me to go. If they did want to pay me, I would go. That's how it works, though. They find people that will work for like $1 that then go and host these panels. And then I love the listeners to your show and my show that are listening right now. And then they're like, oh, look at this superstar that's hosting the panel. Why isn't it you, Kemp?
Yeah,
you're like,
all the time.
well, right. Like, I do better just sitting here. Like and you appreciate that. You're like, well, that's a compliment. Thank you. But really behind the scenes, that person is doing that for like 2 cents and probably had to fly themselves there. And it's just, no.
It's funny because some of those moderators came up to me like, why aren't you hosting? I'm like, I didn't ask. And I probably wouldn't, which is fine. But like you said, BravoCon, for those that are going, have a fantastic time. It is big. It's fun. You meet other people that love what you love. You sometimes see some of your favorite content creators. So have a fantastic time.
Yes, and I get it. You're going to get pictures with all the Bravo celebrities. They're going to be selling things. Like there's no arrogance. I'm going to be covering it on my podcast all weekend. I'm sure you're going to be covering it.
Yeah.
I just want to sit home and cover it. Like, it's easier to cover from home.
Yeah, it really is. And because again, we will get all the tea as it plays out at BravoCon. So,
and again, like you say, our jobs are easier. Like I don't have time to run into Giselle, hear about why you said this about me, girl. I don't have time for that. I just need to see what you're doing, Giselle, so I can tell everyone and we can comment on it.
And the last time I went to BravoCon, I got accosted by Caroline Stanberry's makeup artist. I was like, ma'am, I don't even know who you are. Still don't know who you are. And I was
what did she say? Just like,
yeah, you said something about me on your podcast. And I was like, do you even know what my name is? So I felt like it was something pre-planned. I don't know what that was.
Interesting.
So it did cause a few ruffles over there at Bravo because I did get on my platform and I talked about it. So the executives had banned the makeup artist from doing confessionals when they came back here in New York.
Yeah, I mean, as you should. Like, you didn't ask for this to happen. Like, if something happens with us, we are going to talk about it. If we have a positive run-in with you, it's like we're not out to get someone. But when you accost me somewhere, it's the same thing Wendy Williams did and made a career. And it's the same thing Howard Stern does. Like, this is not such an unusual thing. It's how the business works.
And I feel like we're light in comparison to what they've done over the years and said over the years. So
if you ran into Wendy and accosted her the next morning, well, you better turn on your TV because she had something to say to you.
Yep. And she probably would add a little sauce on it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, if you're just joining us, I'm here with the host of Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontef. More information on David will be available in the description. David, let's move on because there's so many other Housewives shows that are happening right now. Real Housewives of Miami. What is your feeling on this current season? This is one of the reboots some might say has been successful. What are your thoughts?
I guess I'm having some against the grain opinions here today.
Which is great. This is what we love.
I'll be honest with you. I'm so over this season of Miami.
Okay, why?
I feel that they were going and tried. I feel they tried to make a cast change last season. Mm-hmm. And then Alexia announced this quote unquote divorce and they couldn't make it. And they just brought everyone back. And when you want to make a cast change and you don't, it never turns out well. I am completely bored. Now, maybe I'm watching a different show than everyone else is watching. Yeah. You're loving it. I think I take it.
This
a lot of people are
favorite season of the last four seasons that they've had. It's not my favorite. There's just certain little things that have happened this season that have turned me off to certain people. Like Julia needs to go. Martina needs to go. I'm not interested in them. But I've never been really interested in Julia from her first season.
Same thing.
Some of the fights that they're having, the Larsa versus Lisa, I'm like, are we still talking about that? What did you feel about the seating chart with Stephanie sitting next to Andy Cohen and Alexia?
Didn't Leah McSweeney sit next to him her first season? Like, it's her first season. I think Leah McSweeney, a lot of people did their first season. You know what my problem with Miami is because, no, I haven't. When you know these people in some respect in the real world, whether you've spoken to them yesterday or not, I find the Miami cast completely thirsty. Now, not everybody, and it's not that other casts aren't thirsty, but I just find them. So knowing that most of them are thirsty, according to me, I find all of it, like you say, the fights, I just find everything to me is not even producer stage. I find it cast staged. I find I can't watch it like a viewer. Everything seems so hyped to me. Like everyone is trying for their moment.
Give me an example of what you're talking about. Because I'm going to be looking for it.
Well, and by the way, and I find Salt Lake to be the exact opposite. I just think they're fucking batshit and really organically themselves. And they have something to say and everyone's really funny. I don't think, you don't think Alexia and Marisol are thirsty?
Marisol is definitely thirsty.
There is this rumor that's going around that she's hired a speechwriter throughout the years to write her her cockies and, what's good for the whole is not good for the soul. No, I don't have any proof of that.
I mean, she wouldn't be the first housewife. Even in Atlanta, some of the housewives have been accused of being fed lines in their confessionals. I mean, she wouldn't be the first, but I will say, as a person that watched the early years of Miami, Marisol wasn't this funny. So I do believe that she's probably hired someone to give her one-liners for her confessionals.
And so like, I want to get that all out of my mind. Like, I don't want to, but so I find her like, well, like Alexia coming for Stephanie, really
purposely missing the trip.
Like, are you that upset? Are you upset because she is new, younger, way richer? Like, is there true reasons, or is it just like, I need a moment? So things like that, I agree. I don't understand the appeal of Julia at this point. To me, Julia is so unlikable.
Oh my gosh.
Just as a person.
Yeah. Even when she's just sitting there quiet, her face tells it all. It's like, oh gosh, you're so miserable.
It's time for her to go. Again, I feel about Alexia the same way I feel about Shannon. Like, you have done it. You're one of the greats, but I think it's time. I don't know what's left there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stephanie is the answer. If Alexia goes, maybe Marisol. I mean, look, I love Adriana. I'm biased. I think she's hilarious.
When they show her, she really steps to the plate, especially in those last couple of episodes when they were in Sevilla. I was like, this is what I want to see more. Like, she has so many layers: the funny, the shady, holding people accountable, but then the vulnerable. Like, there's so many layers to Adriana.
Yeah. And I mean, another unpopular opinion, I like Larsa. So
okay, no, explain it, because I've had like an up and down relationship. Like, there was one season I was like, Larsa can go. This season I was like, I get the appeal of Larsa. She sort of what you see with Tamra on these shows, but probably not as problematic as Tamra. But there is something about Larsa that keeps the plot going.
Something that keeps the plot going in a way. I know it's been so many years since the Kardashians and this, but she still is Larsa. And so she still does have this name behind her. And so she's really not, it's kind of comical. I mean, yes, she's self-obsessed and she's Larsa and with his selfies, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I find her just, it's Larsa. It's kind of like this is the wrong way to put it, but she kind of elevates the show in the same way for me. People are really going to come for me now. In the same way, like Candy Burris elevated Atlanta. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to fix the camera, but we're going to keep our fourth wall in. No, I can definitely see it when it comes to Larsa. How are you feeling about Jody and Lisa's relationship?
Not great.
You're not entertained by?
I'm okay. Listen, I'm entertained by Lisa. I don't know. I just envision this new sexy. By the way, I'm not age shaming because I'm like 900 years old, but I just picture Miami could just be something so different. Like, I just think it's time. So it's like, I think Lisa and Larsa are on brand. Like, I think Lisa's a great housewife. She looks the part. She claps back. I'm like entertained, I guess, by Jody and Lisa.
In the AC of it all.
I just hope, in the AC of it all. I just hope Lisa, like, do you really love him? I guess you do. I don't know if I
believe that. I feel like she went from Lenny taking care of her to a new man taking care of her. I think she was looking for that.
That's the problem I have. And I think he really loves her. Really?
Really?
I think he's really into her. Yeah. And I'm not so sure that she really truly feels it. I don't know why you felt that with Lenny. I don't know. I mean, I guess, was it the 80,000 square foot house? I don't know.
That might make me fall in love.
It might make me fall in love. Yeah, no, I mean, I would take that. I would take all that. Yeah.
Yeah, a beautiful home right there on Star Island.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, so like, I get it, but Jody does well for himself. He's attractive. he's I don't know. I don't feel Lisa likes him. And I think he's like head over heels for him. That's just how I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm loving these hot takes. I'm loving these hot takes. All right, let's move on.
Apparently, I'm watching a different Miami than everyone else.
That's the thing, people, and this is why when people say like you're completely wrong for someone's opinion, no. And this is what we do on our channel. We welcome differing opinions. People call in all the time. They're like, well, I don't agree with that. This is, I know people might not like what I have to. I'm like, who cares what people, this is you viewing an edited reality show because a lot of it's not even real. A lot of it's produced. So it's okay to have your opinion. It's not that deep. We don't know these people, and nor do you to know these people.
And by the way, I think Lisa and Larsa are on brand for the future. I don't think they're going anywhere. And I think they could both blend with everyone too. And so by the way, not that I was a huge fan of Dr. Nicole, but Dr. Nicole, when she says if certain people weren't there, I would come back, she means Alexia and Marisol first and foremost. So there is a world where I see Nicole is friends with Gertie. She comes back. She brings in some different energy with her friends, and these other two are. I think Miami. It's been great. I think I demand a cast change for that more than the OC, even to tell you the truth.
I wasn't sure how I felt about Dr. Nicole not returning because, like, Dr. Nicole, take her or leave her, but then not seeing her this season. And I was like, she had like this quiet wealth about her, but she's also very like laid back and grounded in a
little boring.
Yeah. But you need that, dare I say, you need a Cynthia in the group. So I feel like that's the role she played, but she also did live a big life. Literally, she comes in this season and she's got like almost $100,000 Birkin on her arm, but it's not flashy like a Stephanie. I was like, oh, I get it.
And she just bought another home. They sold that other home to Robbie Williams. She just bought it. Like, no, Nicole has the real money. And so that is like the Heather Dubrow. Like, that's not a bad, I think it's the same reason, even though she's doing great, I think it's the same reason Sutton is really protected on Beverly Hills. Like if you have a ton of money on your show, I don't think you're going anywhere. I think it's a thing.
They want this. And
Nicole left. Like, Nicole did not get fired.
No, not at all. And I think what it is, Bravo keeps listening to the fans. We want to see people that are filthy rich and things like that. And there are not a lot of filthy rich people that want to do reality television.
Yeah, to me, the richer, I want you to be filthy rich when you're on my housewife shows. I want it to be stupid, dumb money. Yes.
You talked about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They're currently filming. I mean, I think they're about to wrap filming. Where did the season go? What are your thoughts on Rachel Zoe being a part of this cast this season? She's a Bravo celebrity from yesteryear, like the early years, the foundational years of Bravo. Like, what's your thoughts of her joining the cast?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I think Rachel is going to be polarizing, and I think lots of people are going to love her, and I think lots of people are going to hate her.
Yeah.
And I think she is just going to be one of those that's like here for a long time. Like, I just think that she gets it. Like, look, right away we said, hey, Anne-Marie Wiley, we're not so sure about you. Like, we can tell as an audience, right? Yeah. Like, Angela Oakley, love her or hate her, you just right away we're like, there's no one season here. This is you're coming back. Whether you loved her or hate her, did she make some mistakes? Shamia, you're like, okay, you're not. This isn't for a season. With Anne-Marie, we knew pretty much right away, like, oh, this girl's not coming back. And so I think Rachel is here for a long time. Like, love her, hate her. I think she's gonna step in seamless, not just because she had her own show. I think she gets it. I think she's like gonna highs and lows. So I just think she's gonna be a great addition.
What are your thoughts on, because one of my concerns for the new season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is the fact that there are a bunch of non-housewives, basically. A lot of people that are divorced or going through a divorce, including Rachel Zoe. What do you think, especially when we saw this happen with the Real Housewives of New York, and it was just a bunch of divorcees on the show?
I'm kind of okay with it.
Oh, why is that? Please explain.
Well, first of all, we also do have this other Amanda Francis, who's the one that bought, and she has a husband and kid.
One housewife.
Well, You know, the alternative to that, which I say, I do use poor Emily Simpson as my example. But as I say on the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast all the time, I do not want to see Emily Simpson in her damn minivan with her 3 or 4 children ever again.
Oh.
So I really don't want to see all the kids and this and that. Some of it gets boring for me. The young children, no offense. So I'm like okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I guess time will only tell if it works with Beverly.
We kind of had it last season too.
Yeah, we did. Okay, moving on, because you mentioned some Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff. So I want to get into Atlanta, and we know next month the new season of Potomac is going to be starting. What were your reactions to the semi-reboot that we got for Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 16, and what we're about to get with a K. Michelle and a Pinky Cole, owner of Slutty Vegan? Like, what's your feeling on last season and what's about to happen this season?
Last season, I feel about Atlanta the same way I feel about Orange County now. When it started, I was like, bravo, no pun intended. Best season in a really long time. Then by the end of it, I was like, ugh, what was this?
So you wouldn't go back and watch it?
No.
Oh.
I felt, and I'd love to hear what you thought. Like, it was, to me, just, and it's the same thing with the OC. The OC, we have 2 shows with Katie, whole thing exploded with a lie detector, and now we have a whole different show. Yeah. And it's all about Gretchen and Tamara, and that's how I feel like it was so choppy. You had Kenya. Now we don't have Kenya. Then we have this. Now nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Now we're bringing in Phaedra for 2 episodes at the end. What? Like, this is just like 800 different shows all at once here.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I felt like, again, as soon as I saw that they kept Kenya in the storyline that was Kenya and everything that happened with Kenya, I was like, this is at the top. They were only filming for like 2 weeks at that particular point. I said, if they're keeping that in, it says to me they don't have much of a season. When Phaedra came in at the end, I said, this is also a sign they do not have much of a season, that you have to bring in Phaedra. And you have Portia. And I'm just like, and Portia really was lackluster for me last season. She, was supposed to be like the big player during the season. She definitely showed up during the reunion, and I didn't expect the tables to be turned on Shamia the way that they did by the end of the season. But I know they're bringing Shamia back, but Shamia, for me, I know everyone at the beginning were like, oh my God, I love Shamia, $9 million house. And I was like, and then I was right. At the end of the season, everyone was hating on Shamia. I find Shamia to be cringy, and not in a great way.
I could see that. And Angela really shines.
Like, no one expected that.
No one expected that. Angela shined. I loved it. For me, another unpopular opinion, I find, and I actually had Drew on my show semi-recently, not like yesterday, but like within the past, I find Drew to be I think Drew is so happy to be there. Just like she doesn't, I find her hilarious.
Yeah.
I think she is just like, oh, so now you're mad at me. Okay. I think Drew is just like, I think she gets it. I don't think she really cares. And so really, I find Drew humorous.
Drew came out shiny last season. Everyone was coming at Drew. And I don't think the cast, very much like what we're seeing with the whole Katie stuff that's happening now, I don't think the cast expected for the audience to rally around Drew. But they made it so easy. I was like, why do you guys keep coming for Drew? But she was just like, choo.
Yeah, she was like, oh, so you're mad at me now. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Well, that's interesting. Well, we're not going to do that here today. Like, just she can clap back. She's hilarious.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I mean, forget about the fact that you could stare at him all day. I find Ralph hilarious. Like, he's in the basement.
He's cringy too.
Yeah, he's cringy, but like hilarious. So it's like, but yes, overall, the season, I was like, why did I say this was so good in the beginning? I have to say, I mean, I am loving this. I am so amused by K. Michelle calling Robin Dixon a couch potato and saying like, honey, you wish you were being recycled for some show. And everything was like, Robin, you are out of your league, sweetie. You are out. And she's like, hi, Giselle, just you stay out of this. Like, basically like telling Giselle, like, I'll get into it with you if you want to speak up, but just step aside, Giselle, because I don't have any problem with you. So I think K. Michelle is going to be a good one to watch, right?
I agree. I know a lot of people, because of her history of being on Love and Hip Hop, they were already turned off. But I was like, guys, go back and watch her scenes from Love and Hip Hop. She is very, very funny. And that was such a long time ago. So there will be some sort of evolution. But I also think this is a business move for K. Michelle. She's a very smart businesswoman. She has a country album that she wants to promote. She's trying to break into that. She wants the audience behind her. She knows being on television right now is going to help boost sales, help bring attention to what she's been working on. And she's a real artist. Like she really doesn't necessarily need the show, but she's going to utilize the platform, this new platform that's a bigger platform than VH1 is when you look at the levels of where they are on cable. So to me, it's a smart business move. I think her response to Giselle and Robin were a little dramatic, but she's a Pisces, so I'm not completely surprised. But I appreciate the couch potato. It made me giggle.
It made me giggle. Like, apparently she unfollowed Angela and Angela doesn't follow her. Yeah, it made me giggle. And I get it. Love and Hip Hop. We're bringing Atlanta down into the toilet. Like, I heard all this stuff too. It's no different than Rachel Zoe being on Beverly Hills. She is a past reality star. She had her own show. K. Michelle was on a show. I mean, Kim Fields was on Facts of Life. Lisa
that was such a downgrade for Kim Fields. I wish she had never done it.
I think she wishes she had never done it too.
I mean, she's gone on to be fine. It really didn't scar her career, but I'm just like, I wish you never did this. You were an icon. You don't need to do reality television, but I guess she wanted to try something different, something new.
I'm shocked she did it. She says, well, Mindy Cohn from Facts of Life, who I had on my podcast, and she says it was Kim's plan all along. She did say this, that like, now look at Kim. She has over 1 million Instagram followers. She has the Upshaws and everything. Like, all of this is because of Atlanta, and her plan was always one season. That's what Mindy Cohn, who's apparently
I can see that.
Yeah.
The same. It's very similar to what I was saying about K. Michelle. Some people are very smart with how they do it. I don't feel like Atlanta ruined her legacy. I just wish she never did it. I feel like she's not. But I can see that. It is a whole other audience, an audience that loves her. So it makes sense. So I don't know. It will be interesting to see how season 17 plays out, but I'm interested. I'm interested. Excited might be an overstatement. Yeah.
Because I have PTSD. Like, I'm excited. I think K. Michelle, I'm excited for her. I want to see what happens. I'm not, if I take her out of it, I'm not overly excited for Portia and Shamia's nonsense to continue. Like, so if you take her out of it, and I think calling Robin a couch potato is so funny. But short of that, I'm not excited for the other players. Like, I'm like, what is actually going to be the story here? Like, what? And we'll have, I think, like, look, you'll be excited to see K. Michelle, Pinky. That'll last 2 or 3 weeks. Where are we going to be week 6?
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a weird feeling we're going to be bored. I just do. I hope I'm wrong. Atlanta's really...
Because they're not giving the audience what they wanted. What they want is Nene to return.
And do you want Nene? You think this should happen?
I think it should happen, but I don't think it should be long term. I think it should happen maybe 1, 2, 3 seasons max, and then Nene should take a break and do something else, or at least be very smart, like how Kim Fields did this, utilize this to launch Padu to do other things like she originally did. I'm rewatching, because we're doing a whole rewatch recap of where we're watching old reality television, and we're watching season 6 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. When you watch that season and you see how far these women have gone, and where the show is today, is like, damn, that was such an iconic moment in television history. It's like, I know we can't necessarily recreate or recapture that, but Nene was a part of that. And I definitely think Nene still has that in her.
You do? You think that Nene can come back, be humble, play with everyone else, and just leverage it and don't get a big head and say, see ya, I used
I don't
you
know if I can guarantee that she won't get a big head because that was part of the problem.
because that's the problem. Because if she can get her next Glee or the new normal and just, you are one of many people on the major hit show, just play nice. Like why isn't Nene on American Horror Story? Why isn't Nene
Did she
in,
burn that? I've always asked
I
that
know.
question. Did she burn a bridge with Ryan Murphy?
She must have, because Nene, I mean, we don't really have American Horror Story at the moment, but even her on some of these, like on Dahmer or any of these things, look at this new show with Kim Kardashian that's coming out. Nene could be, first of all, Nene on American Horror Story could be the most brilliant thing.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
I don't think we give her enough credit as an actress. I loved her as Coach Roz on Glee.
I think she burns a bridge. She must have. Because
he reuses his actors all the time. Unless she didn't necessarily burn a bridge directly with Ryan Murphy, and she burned the bridge because with someone that's connected to Bravo or Andy or NBC Universal.
That's possible.
I mean, she's back into the good graces, so let's see what happens. But I definitely think that Nene could come back, and again, I think because she hasn't been on for so long, she has been humbled in a way, and she can come in with a different energy. Still Queen Bee energy. I definitely don't think the ego is gone, but I give her a limited amount of time to be on there, though. And I think the sit down between her and Andy Cohen, that we almost got that at the Traitors reunion, but she ended up pulling out from Traitors. So that would have been their first sit down together in a long time. I don't know if that should have been the first one, though.
No, I don't think so. And by the way, yeah, I have nothing against Nene. There are people that are very humble. Life like knocks you around. All you want to do is get back on the horse. And then you do get back on the horse and you forget the 6 hard years of wishing you were there. And you are now, the ego goes from 0 to 1,000 in one day. Now, I'm not saying that's Nene, but that's where it's like to me, if like you lost this Kempire that you have, if you lost your empire and you had 4 hard years of trying to get right back here with David Yontef from behind the velvet rope and you got it, I think I would be like, okay, like I'm back and this is, thank God. And I'm not going to forget, I'm going to block out the last 4 years because I mean, God knows what I was doing, but I am humble here. So I just hope that if Nene came back that she would, you have to stay humble because no one's going to put up with it otherwise. And it's not just her. Teresa, I have the same thing to say to you. Bethany, I mean, Bethany's another story. She don't want to come back. But like, you know what I mean? Like, you just have to remember that you wanted to be back here. So now you have to behave. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. Real Housewives of Potomac. They're coming back with a new season. Giselle's still there. Robin's not there anymore. Word on the street, Robin was offered a friend of contract, but she turned it down because she wanted to come back full time, allegedly. What are your thoughts on this new season? We got the trailer. We were getting a little bit more sneak peeks into the season. Like, what's your feeling on Potomac as we go into season 10?
I'm more excited about Potomac than I am Atlanta. If we were going to compare the two, same, you know, I feel it could go either way because we get these trailers sometimes and we're so excited and then there's no substance there.
Yep, that's true. Or the moments of the entire season.
Those are the best moments of the entire season. I think it's interesting because Karen, we can get into the whole Karen of it. Karen to me is like Vicky or Nene. Karen kind of last season for me was like an outlier. Like, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. No age shaming. You are older than a lot of these other ladies. So so I think it is going to be an interesting season because in a way it is going to be more of an ensemble without Karen, I think. So I like that. I find these moments, this one clip I saw, I don't know if I saw it, where like Stacey is just telling Ashley like she's talking about from last season and like paying TJ and Ashley's like, no, I'm standing. I still don't understand what you're actually saying to me. She's like, no, what is it? And I'm like, now Ashley's being funny. So it's like, I think there are funny moments. I like an Ashley and a Giselle that get along. Like, I like that union. So I am hopeful. I think Monique is not going to be used as much as we wanted her. I think her role is going to be more limited than people think. I think.
Because she's coming in as a friend of this season. So it'll be interesting. It looks like her and Dr. Wendy formed some sort of friendship. I hear
Okay.
that she and Giselle are in a good place. They're friendly now, so that's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, I mean, listen, I love Monique being back. I'd love to see an evolution. So I'm hopeful. I just hope that I don't know really anything about these two new girls. I mean, give me a British accent or whatever that
Mm,
I'm loving the accent. I'm
mm,
hopeful, but I just hope it's not because I don't know. Last season at Potomac wasn't my favorite either.
mm, mm.
Did you like last season? I didn't love it.
It was okay. It was just okay. Again, it's probably not one of the seasons I would go back and rewatch, especially because when you look at the Karen of it all, Karen has now been released from jail.
Hmm.
Andy Cohen was interviewed by TMZ and said he's texted with Karen, has also revealed that a conversation is imminent. I'm sure that's going to be some sort of one-on-one conversation. We already know journalists have confirmed that they were filming when she was being released, and she got hair and makeup before leaving the jailhouse. So Karen will be included in this season in some shape or form. So last season, because Karen wouldn't take some sort of ownership with what she did, and then we ended up seeing that footage from her arrest, it was quite embarrassing for her. I'm here for a grand return, but she's going to have to show a lot of accountability finally. And I think that's part of the reason why last season didn't land well with a lot of people, because she showed no accountability. And the cast really itself needed some changes that they didn't make.
Yeah.
I did say that Stacey, for me, last season was the Palo Santo of the season, because the season got really dark the last few years, but she kind of came in and gave us a little bit something different, light, funny energy, weirdo energy at the same time, with some lying.
And she was one within like 3 episodes. I'm like, Stacey's going nowhere. Love her, hate her. Like, this is not a one season. Like, she got it.
Yeah.
You just get it or you don't. Like,
Yeah.
so So I'm hopeful for Potomac. I'm somewhat excited. I just hope I'm trying not to be too excited. Listen, nobody wants a great Potomac season more than me, right?
I think no one wants to be more entertained than us, especially people that recap the show. We don't want to recap things that are boring or dark or not fun. We want to be able to we want to laugh and kiki. I know sometimes I think people look at our opinions like, oh, you guys, you're never happy with it, with what they give you. What they're giving us is subpar.
It's subpar. It is. Back in the day, I mean, Roni back in the day was my favorite. I was like, listen, on Potomac, I don't know if Wendy's my favorite, but like the others,
No.
The cast is mostly like they're likable. I like the cast.
Yeah.
Ashley, I've come along. I never really I've apologized on my show to Ashley. I was very hard on Ashley for many years.
Really?
And yeah, I don't think that she deserved it. I feel Ashley, I'm like, okay, Ashley, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. I'm late to the game.
I don't get it. But
yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, she never popped. She just never had that for me. But I don't know. Maybe it is. But that, to your point, maybe because what they're giving us is not great, that I am really, my standards are at a new.
Our standards are getting lower and lower because of the
Yeah.
quality of what we're watching. But then that's why I'm glad I'm doing the rewatch, because I'm like, no, these early years of RHOA really was iconic and good, and things that people still quote to this day. There were some really good years of Potomac as well. I think because Bravo is also just producing in a way that's just not realistic, and they're really trying to control what we see as opposed to letting things sort of play out. It's sort of like, yeah, the audience is not dumb.
Yeah.
So
we're not dumb. So, I mean, I hope it's a good season.
Well, you know who's going to have a good season? Both of our shows. David, remind people where they can find you, follow you, what's coming up for you.
Everyone can listen to Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it anywhere you find your podcast, Behind the Velvet Rope. You can follow us on Instagram at Behind Velvet Rope. We technically do 9 shows a week on Apple and Spotify. 1 a day, and 2 days we do a little quick hit. So that is kind of where we are at this point. There are interviews. I don't mean to be so negative towards interviews, but we rehash it all. Our shows are very similar. We cover a lot of the same things. And like you, I cover a lot of things outside of Housewives.
Which
because
is
the
a
thing
needed
is,
break.
yeah, and like, listen, one day everything ends. So one day, if Housewives ends, you can still listen to Kempire or Behind the Velvet Rope because we will be covering other things.
Yeah. Other
right?
things that are far more real.
That are far more real. And, so yeah, listen to us. So please find me and please follow the show and download me.
And don't forget to rate and review. I think people forget that. Rate and review. All of David's information will be included in the description of the podcast episode and YouTube episode. And then we'll be posting his YouTube channel as well, so you can go subscribe over there. David, welcome to the channel for the very first time.
Well, I mean, the guys, I've been trying for this for 6 years. I mean, come on now. And you are going to be on my show. So, I mean, really, if people want to listen to the actual episode with you on it on my show, that is the one they can start with if they all love you so much. Yes. So, and I feel the same way you do. People apologize. Oh, I'm so sorry. I like Teresa. I know you don't like her. Please have a different opinion of me. When you go low and you try to cut me down for all sorts of things, then that's a different story. But I love when people have a different opinion. I
love how you share
welcome it. Yeah, like come to my Behind the Velvet Rope, share your opinions, disagree with me all day. I am not always right. Bethany says she's always right. I'm not always right. So please. I
mean, I am, but.
Well, you and Bethany, Beyonce, and Madonna, okay?
Always right. David, thank you so much for being here. Again, all of David's information will be included in the description. Go over there, subscribe, rate, review, all the things, because that is so important to us content creators, journalists, podcasters, whatever you want to call us. Just make sure the check clears. Thank you guys for being here.
And I'm on YouTube too, by the way.
And the YouTube will be included in the description as well. Thanks, David.
Bye.
Here we go now.